Who do you think is the most powerful sorcerer in the MCU? Here it is, the ultimate ranking of the top 15 sorcerers with all their details and full potential. And at the very bottom of the list, we have Frigga. Frigga is one of the most underrated magical figures in the MCU. As the Queen of Asgard and adoptive mother of Loki, she taught him everything about illusion, magic, and sorcery. We only got brief glimpses of her power. She could sense beings from other timelines during the time heist in Endgame, and cast high-level concealment spells and protective enchantments. In the comics, her abilities extend to interdimensional communication, astral projection, and barriers strong enough to hold off cosmic threats. She sits at the bottom simply because the MCU never gave her the spotlight she deserved. Team Mordo. Karl Mordo is honestly one of the most wasted and forgotten characters in the MCU. He started out strong in the first Doctor Strange movie as a disciplined warrior sorcerer with arguably the best physical combat skills among the masters of the mystic arts. He could channel dimensional energy into his boots, wield the staff of the living tribunal with devastating precision, and after leaving Kamar-Taj, he showed the ability to strip sorcerers of their magic entirely. We did see a variant in the Illuminati during Multiverse of Madness, but we are not counting that version. The main timeline, Mordo has barely been explored, and that is why he sits this low. Number 13, Caecilius. One of the most gifted students at Kamar-Taj before turning against the Ancient One. What made him dangerous was his willingness to cross lines no other sorcerer would. He stole from the Book of Cagliostro, performed forbidden rituals, and opened a direct channel to Dormammu. Through his dark dimension connection, he could manipulate the mirror dimension offensively, fold and twist reality, and demonstrated power levels that even Strange struggled to match at the time. The MCU elevated him from a minor comics figure into a genuinely formidable threat. Number 12, Wong. Wong has quietly become one of the most important figures in the MCU. From Librarian of Kamar-Taj to Sorcerer Supreme, his journey has been incredible. His abilities include mastery of portal creation, protective wards, elemental conjuration, and combat sorcery. He held his own against everything from Abomination to the Scarlet Witch's siege on Kamar-Taj. In the comics, Wong is one of the most knowledgeable sorcerers alive, with deep expertise in ancient rituals and protective magic. He may lack the raw destructive power of others here, but his role as Sorcerer Supreme speaks volumes. Number 11, Wiccan. Billy Maximoff, known as Wiccan, is one of the newest magical players in the MCU. He was first introduced in WandaVision as one of Wanda's twin sons, and then returned in his reincarnated form in Agatha All Along, where we truly began to see the scope of his power. As the son of the Scarlet Witch, he carries a connection to chaos magic most sorcerers could never dream of. In the comics, Wiccan is one of the most powerful magic users in the entire Marvel universe, with reality warping, teleportation, telekinesis, and the power to reshape reality by speaking his desires into existence. He has been identified as the Demiurge, a cosmic entity destined to rewrite the rules of magic. The MCU has only begun to scratch the surface. Now, before we get into the top 10 sorcerers, I'm working hard to grow this channel. If you could take just 5 seconds to subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and use your hype points to boost it, you would be helping me out a ton. Now let's continue. Number 10, Agatha Harkness. Agatha Harkness has been practicing magic since the Salem witch trials in the 1690s, giving her centuries of experience over virtually everyone on this list. What makes her uniquely dangerous is her ability to absorb the magic of other witches, demonstrated when she drained her entire coven, including her own mother. In WandaVision, she went toe-to-toe with the Scarlet Witch, proving her knowledge of dark magic, runes, and ancient spells was on par with some of the most powerful beings in the MCU. In Agatha All Along, we saw her mastery of the Witch's Road and connections to forces that even experienced witches' fear. In the comics, she mentored the Scarlet Witch, battled cosmic entities, survived encounters with Mephisto. Experience and knowledge in the world of magic are just as valuable as raw power, and Agatha has more of both than almost anyone. Number 9, Clea. Clea is a character the MCU has only just introduced. We saw her briefly at the end of Multiverse of Madness, played by Charlize Theron, warning Strange about an incursion. In the comics, she is one of the most powerful sorceresses in the Marvel Universe. As the daughter of Umar and niece of Dormammu, she has Dark Dimension royalty in her blood. She was trained by Doctor Strange and became the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension, and even became Sorcerer Supreme of Earth after Strange's death. The MCU is only beginning to explore that potential. Number 8. Loki. Loki sits above both Agatha and Clea, and the reason is simple. He controls all of time. At the end of the Loki series, the god of mischief tore apart the temporal loom, took every branch of the timeline into his own hands, and became the entity holding the entire multiverse together. He is sitting at the center of Yggdrasil, sustaining every timeline, every reality, every possible future with his own power and will. That is not sorcery, that is cosmic authority. Before that transformation, Loki was already one of the most skilled sorcerers in the MCU. Trained by Frigga, he mastered illusion magic, duplication, shape-shifting, and enchantment. He enchanted the Mind Stone's scepter, but what puts him at number 8 is his current state. He went from trickster god to guardian of the entire temporal multiverse. That level of power is something only a handful of beings have ever achieved. Number 7. Ancient One. The Ancient One held the title of Sorcerer Supreme for centuries, and for very good reason. She was the most skilled protector Earth had against mystical and dimensional threats. Her mastery was absolute. She could manipulate the mirror dimension effortlessly, push souls out of physical bodies with a touch, and her combat sorcery made Caecilius and his zealots look like amateurs. Her use of dark dimension energy to extend her lifespan showed the depth of her understanding, tapping into forbidden power without being consumed by it. The reason she ranks below Strange comes down to potential. The Ancient One herself acknowledged that Strange was destined to surpass her. But her centuries of experience, her discipline, and her willingness to make morally complex decisions make her one of the most formidable sorcerers the MCU has ever presented. Number 6. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has not yet reached his full potential in the MCU, and that is exactly what makes him so fascinating. We have seen him wield the Time Stone with precision rivaling the Ancient One, hold his own against Thanos on Titan, view over 14 million possible futures. The MCU version of Strange is one of the characters with the highest ceiling in the entire cinematic universe. The Ancient One told him he was meant to be the best of them, and every movie, every appearance has been building toward a version of Strange who operates at a truly cosmic level. We have not seen him at full power yet, but when the MCU finally unleashes everything Doctor Strange is capable of, he will likely stand as one of the most powerful beings the cinematic universe has ever seen. That potential alone puts him above the Ancient One and firmly in the top 6. Number 5. Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff is the most powerful magic user the MCU has put on screen so far. In WandaVision, she unconsciously created an entire alternate reality over Westview, complete with fabricated people, altered physics, and resurrected versions of Vision and her children. She did this without any training, purely through the raw force of her chaos, magic, and her grief. In Multiverse of Madness, she single-handedly destroyed Kamar-Taj's defenses, overpowered every sorcerer they threw at her, eliminated the entire Illuminati of Earth, 838, and dreamwalked across the multiverse while simultaneously fighting in the physical world. The Darkhold amplified her abilities, but the power was always hers. She does not cast spells in the traditional sense. She rewrites the rules of reality to match her will. She sits at number 5 because from this point forward, we are entering a tier of power that goes beyond anything a single reality can contain. Number 4. Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards is the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and quite possibly the most powerful mutant who has ever existed. Calling his ability reality manipulation is a massive understatement. Franklin can create entire universes from nothing. Not dimensions, not pocket realities, but full, functioning universes with their own laws of physics and timelines. He created a pocket universe and placed the Avengers inside it to save them. He did this as a child. He projects psionic blasts powerful enough to harm Celestials and resurrects Galactus, turning the Devourer of Worlds into his personal herald. With the Fantastic Four now in the MCU, his arrival is inevitable. Franklin sits above Scarlet Witch because, while Wanda rewrites one reality, Franklin builds an entirely new one from scratch. Number 3. Dormammu. Dormammu is not just a sorcerer. He is an entire dimension given consciousness and will. As the ruler of the dark dimension, he exists beyond time, beyond death, and beyond the rules of reality. In the MCU, the only way Strange survived was the Time Stone, trapping Dormammu in an infinite loop because he had zero chance in direct confrontation. Everyone below him. Dormammu has been one of Marvel's most terrifying cosmic threats for 60 years. He fights eternity itself. He creates realms, projects mystical flames that consume souls, and commands legions of mindless ones. Dormammu sits above Franklin because while Franklin creates universes, Dormammu is a universe, a living realm of infinite dark energy. Number 2. Chthon. Chthon is a being the MCU has only referenced indirectly. He is the author of the Darkhold, the most dangerous artifact in the MCU. Every act of chaos magic traces directly back to him. He is the source of chaos magic itself. The Darkhold exists across every universe, inscribed on Mount Wundagore, meaning his influence spans all timelines and dimensions. Chthon is one of the Elder Gods, the first beings to exist on Earth billions of years ago. He escaped the Demogorge by creating a pocket dimension and left the Darkhold as a conduit for his return. He possessed the Scarlet Witch, turning her into a vessel for his power, and the entire Avengers roster barely pushed him back. He warps reality on a universal scale and possesses anyone touched by chaos magic. Chthon sits above Dormammu because Dormammu rules one dimension, but Chthon's influence is woven into the magical fabric of every universe through the Darkhold. Number 1. Dr. Doom. Victor Von Doom sits at the very top of this list. Dr. Doom can steal, absorb, and wield the powers of every single person on this list, and become far more powerful than any of them. That is what makes him the most dangerous being in the Marvel Universe. He stole the power cosmic from the Silver Surfer. He took the Beyonders' powers. He absorbed the power of the Beyonders, beings beyond the multiverse itself, and created Battleworld. He stitched fragments of destroyed universes into a new reality where he ruled as God Emperor Doom. He decided who lived, who died, and what the laws of physics were. The MCU is heading towards Secret Wars with Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. While we may not see his full power in the Doomsday movie, Secret Wars is where everything changes. My prediction is that Doom will steal Franklin Richards' universe-creating abilities to achieve God Emperor status. Everyone else is powerful within their domain, but Doom takes all of those abilities, combines them, and wields them at a level transcending any individual power. He is the character who becomes God. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and use your hype points to help boost this video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. You can check out all my other videos from the playlist on screen right now. See you in the next one.